Shut mine too.
All right. Welcome to Night of Wrestling. I'm your host, Robbie Delton. Today I've got Phoenix Stradzinski
What's up?
and Dylan Koros.
Yo, yo.
So far, right now, it's the three of us, but we could have one extra person joining us in the middle of this. That would be Ethan Charbonneau. Right now, he's currently either working or getting off work driving. I don't know what he's doing. But anyways, so the point of this video today, as always, is making predictions for pay-per-views, and the upcoming one this weekend would happen to be SummerSlam and also NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4. So basically, we'll start off with NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 to get that out of the way, I should say, not underway, but yeah, so there's 5 matches like usual on the Takeover card. And we'll just start from the bottom to the top. We'll start with quite an interesting match. It looks like Velveteen Dream versus EC3.
Ooh.
So, Dylan, you can start off.
All right, let's see. I'm going to wing this one. EC3 and then a potential main roster call-up on Raw or SmackDown for Velveteen.
Oh, really? You think it's his time, eh?
Yeah, I mean, with Alistair out with the question at the moment, who was supposed to get a call-up, I think Velveteen would be a suitable replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I like the Velveteen.
Yeah.
So,
Velveteen has
in that
that,
case,
like...
I'd like to predict the prediction because I would love to see him on. So, actually, does he go to Raw or SmackDown?
I feel like they would put him on Raw. I mean, personally, I'd like him on SmackDown.
I'm the same way. I agree with that. I think he'd be very good on SmackDown, but I guess Raw needs some like funny characters. I guess like New Day is on SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, this is pretty interesting for you to say that, Dylan. Velveteen just has that like appeal that, you know, is somewhat getting him over with the fans, and like for him to be getting called up soon like this would be quite something to see.
It's not the first time we've had a quick call-up. Kevin Owens.
That's true.
Well, Kevin Owens worked.
December of 2014, got called up in June 2015. So
yeah, but Kevin Owens called up really worked, and it was awesome. I am a little worried for Velveteen's call up because I don't want him to just get lost in the shuffle like he, because it's very possible that he does.
Yeah. But yeah, for my prediction though, I want to say Velveteen, but no, I feel, EC3 has a good role going right now, and I think, the top 1% is going to win this match. So everyone's made their prediction for this match?
Yep.
Okay. Next match for the NXT Tag Team Championship. We have the current tag champs, the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, going up against Mustache Mountain, which is Tyler Bate and Trent Seven.
Oh.
Phoenix, we'll start with you.
Okay. So I am a huge fan of the Undisputed Era, and like all the guys in it, I have since they've been in Ring of Honor. That was really when I started watching Ring of Honor very heavily, and they are an awesome faction in NXT right now. I still haven't really seen a whole lot of either men on Mustache Mountain, but what I have seen from them is incredible. So this is going to be a very cool match. So I think, but I'm going to go with Undisputed Era though to win.
I'm going to have to agree with you. They put on great matches nonetheless between the two teams. So this is going to be, I wouldn't say a show-stealing match, but I mean, nonetheless, like I said,
it's certainly going to have some shenanigans.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know, but
Some interference.
I'm definitely saying Undisputed Era, just not because I'm a huge mark for them and all, but
which is true also.
For what?
Which is true. You are a huge mark for the Undisputed.
Yeah, but I just think that they got something going with them right now, and they're on a roll. So got to keep that roll going.
It doesn't make any sense to like end that, right?
Yeah, I mean, even though they already technically had at the NXT UK, or not NXT UK, but the UK Championship 2 tournament that they had. They had like that one day where it was Undisputed Era and Mustache Mountain, and Mustache Mountain won, and then I guess like during TV tapings, Undisputed Era won them back. So I mean,
oh okay,
yeah. So 2-time NXT Tag Champs, Undisputed Era. I think they're gonna keep the titles this time for sure. Dylan, what do you think?
Undisputed Era, and depending on, I forget what the rest of the matches are, but I could see this being a potential match of the night candidate.
Okay.
With this match. So.
All right. Moving along. We got the NXT North American Championship match between Ricochet as the challenger and Adam Cole, baby, the champion. So again, like I said, I'm a mark for Undisputed Era, and I am definitely a mark for Adam Cole, and that doesn't, influence my decision for this match. But Ricochet is also a phenomenal talent, and it's kind of hard between picking two. But I mean, even if Ricochet does win, Adam Cole could be moved up to the NXT Championship scene eventually. But is it soon that it happens? I just don't know. So like, I'm stuck on this one, but I'm gonna say Adam Cole retains, because if Undisputed Era retains the tag championships, you can't.
Then Adam Cole's got to retain, right? Like that. I think that all really. Yeah, the winner of this match, I think, depends on the winner of the match before it.
Yeah.
So going by that, I'm going to choose Adam Cole as well.
Okay.
I think this will probably be the match of the night.
Yeah, quite possibly. Dylan, what do you think?
Yeah, it's funny how I say like, oh, this could be for the tag match. Oh, depending on what match they're on the card, what could be match of the night. And then you mentioned Ricochet. I'm like, oh yeah, that's thrown up the window. You know what? It might come down to two different ways. If Ricochet does win, I think it's by DQ. I think I'm gonna slowly go to that as a DQ thing, just because of the whole attack thing from like last week or the week. I don't know when it was. The whole attack of the Undisputed Era on Ricochet. Plus, reports are saying that Ricochet's actually been dealing with some sort of injury the past week or two, so they've actually pulled him from events to get him healed up for Takeover Brooklyn. So if the injury is severe to the point where he's not going to be able to wrestle for a little bit, then it could be a DQ win, attack at the end to write him off, or it's just simply like cheating to win for Adam Cole and gets the pin.
Yeah,
I see interference in this match for sure.
For sure, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So it says here on Wikipedia, on the July 25th episode of NXT, Ricochet confronted Adam Cole after his match with Sean Maluda. Ricochet then challenged Cole to a match. Cole refused at first, and the following week
was still hired.
Yeah. So Cole refused, and then the following week, a match between Adam Cole and Ricochet for the title was scheduled for Takeover Brooklyn 4. So I mean, Adam Cole couldn't get out of it. So I mean, like, now you have this match. But moving on to this next match, which is probably going to be hopefully the last match in their long rivalry that they've had. Hopefully.
Oh, I forgot about this match.
The last man standing match for the NXT Championship between the new champion Tommaso Ciampa and, of course, his rival Johnny Gargano, a.k.a. Johnny Wrestling. And like I said, hopefully this is the last match of their rivalry. But yeah, I mean, Aleister Black was going to be in this match. This was originally supposed to be a triple threat match, but then he got injured. He got attacked in the parking lot, was found unconscious. And so William Regal pulled him from the main event, or I'm guessing this will be the main event.
It's going to be the main event, I think.
Yeah, so this is a last man standing match. This is got to be the last match of the ongoing feud. It just has to. But
and I mean, so this, I know I said that the last match could be match of the night, but I forgot about this match. Anytime that these two are in the ring together, it is absolutely magic. I don't think anything is topping this match. I can say that with confidence. Who's winning, though? I think Gargano.
It's got to be Gargano. Like, to be honest, the way I see this going down is just because of the fact that it is the last man standing and it is for the NXT Championship. And the fact that Tommaso
Candice is going to get involved.
There's a possibility of that. But, like, the fact even that Tommaso won at the last TakeOver event, Johnny needs to get this one up and hopefully, achieve his NXT title dreams.
That also sucks for Gargano though, because it's not Gargano. Sorry, for Ciampa, because that's kind of a short run.
Yeah, that's true.
Or a shorter run, right? Like one TakeOver.
It wasn't even that. Like Tommaso won it on one of the tapings.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. He beat Black, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gargano's winning. Still, I know.
Because right now, Tommaso could just be a placeholder champion for, Johnny to win. Because realistically, who was going to beat Aleister Black besides Tommaso?
Right? But also, is Tommaso not the hottest heel in the business right now? He is so good.
Definitely agree. So we both say Gargano. Dylan, what are you thinking on this?
This is a hard one because, I'm thinking if Gargano wins, this feud continues because there's got to be the rematch.
There has to be contractually.
And because of that, too, they're going to put it on, which would be TakeOver, wherever they are for Survivor Series.
Okay.
The next TakeOver would be.
So TakeOver Arizona. Weird.
Or the area, I don't know where it is, but it's wherever it is.
I think it's at Chase Field, right?
Which
War Games. Actually, I'm looking at it right now in a second.
TakeOver War Games 2, which wouldn't be a bad idea if Gargano won and their match happens.
Well,
War Games match, even though
I think if that's the case, they'd probably have Gargano pick, 3 friends or whatever, what it is. And then you'd have Ciampa just team up with 3 bad guys. Actually, that still doesn't really work. I don't know. Now, their rivalry needs to end with a one-on-one match.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So this is gonna be a little risky. I'm more confident on what I'm gonna say after this, though, which I'm gonna say Ciampa retains. Johnny gets a call up to 205 Live.
All right.
I was thinking a Johnny call up, but it all depends on whether or not they're ending this feud.
Yeah.
It seems like it's got to end.
Yeah, it definitely has to. But anyways, just for the record, so yeah, the next TakeOver would be TakeOver War Games November 17th at the Staples Center in California. Los Angeles, California.
Why did I think it was?
And then it's Arizona next year, January 26th.
That's what I was thinking. You're right.
I thought it was, when I was first thinking about it, I thought it was Houston. Was that last year?
TakeOver Chicago was Rosemont, Illinois.
No, I'm talking about
there was
last year. There was War Games last year. Wasn't that in Houston?
Yes.
That's probably what I was thinking.
War Games,
November 18th. Yeah.
Okay, that's probably why I was thinking TakeOver Houston, but I feel like they've done that. But that's War Games because they never. Yeah. That's why, because they call it War Games and not by whatever city it is, which is good. They don't need to really call it by the cities every time. But
exactly. Now I'm looking at this list, and back in November 19th of 2016, they were TakeOver Toronto.
I was there live.
Nice.
What was it? I seen the post. It was with Johnny Gargano saying like basically Takeover Brooklyn 2. That's when DIY began, and he basically says DIY ends. It has to end.
The storytelling in this feud has been just phenomenal.
It has been.
As a old school wrestling fan, I guess I love storytelling in feuds, and this just has been it's been a treat.
Yes, it has. So, getting back on track, the last match we have to talk about is the NXT Women's Championship match between Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. So, yeah, I know. We go from last man standing NXT Championship to possibly another Shayna Baszler victory, and that's going to be my prediction.
Yeah, that's gonna be in my prediction too. But I mean, I don't know. I think this is probably one of the first NXT Women's Championship matches that I really just don't care about.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I don't know who they're gonna have beat Shayna, but I don't
I
think
don't know.
Kairi's
I
doing it.
mean, I'm just not a huge fan of Basil of either of them.
Yeah.
Like,
So you're gonna say Baszler as well, then?
yeah, I'm gonna say Baszler.
Okay, man, Dylan.
I'm gonna say Baszler. I'm not really sold on Kairi Sane, even though it seems like they're always trying to build those Japanese superstars. Nakamura, Asuka.
Yeah.
Speaking of Asuka, wasn't there a report that she just walked out?
I have not seen that.
I've heard
Look it up.
something about a walkout, but I wouldn't say. I think it's like she's asking for a release. But
I just was kind of scrolling through my Facebook idly one day, and I saw that like Asuka just wasn't returning their calls and stuff, and like literally just said "fuck it" and flew back to Japan.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking it up right now because that piques my curiosity now that you mention it.
Yeah, so Baszler wins, and then you were mentioning who could beat Baszler for the title. I feel like in the recent tapings, they've been trying to build up an eventual match of. They already had a match, but a championship match between Baszler and Candice LeRae.
True.
Okay.
But even then,
that's the only other woman that I could think of that they've actually built up right now. I don't know any of the other.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're right, Phoenix. There was apparently something posted 4 days ago. Despite what you may have read on social media, there's absolutely no truth though to the rumor. But Asuka might have walked out and quit WWE. For some reason, reports started making the rounds on social media Saturday morning. Following frustrations, though, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We haven't seen her obviously on TV in a while, so that's clearly why. But
if that's the case, that's disappointing because I like Asuka a lot. So
yeah, and I would have thought she would have been like this next SmackDown Women's Champion after well, we'll get to that, but it would have been nice for her to beat Carmella, but James Ellsworth had to return, yada yada yada. Moving on, though, we're done talking about NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 predictions, and we can move right along now to SummerSlam predictions. There are 13 matches on the card, so we got lots more talking to do. So, let's see, which one do we want to start off with here? Let's just go from bottom to the top again. Let's go the B team versus the Revival on the pre-show for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I am disappointed that the B team now has a new theme song after they had a nice kick-ass theme song. But that's just me. That's pretty disappointing to me. But it's WWE, right? So
we can never have anything nice for very long.
Oh, exactly.
We just like to throw the championship at Brock Lesnar and feed him money for whatever reason.
Yeah. So I'll start off with my prediction. I want to see the Revival beat the B team's undefeated streak, because now that the B team has defeated Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, um, they've been undefeated ever since cutting off with the Miz when Miz went to SmackDown. But how long is their undefeated streak going to go? Right? Like,
But
can't
does
be much.
WWE have any trust in the Revival?
I know
Anytime that
with
anything starts with the Revival, they get hurt.
they get injured. Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm a big Revival fan. I love the Revival, especially when they were in NXT, and I was super excited when they got called up. But they just keep getting hurt.
Yeah, they're plagued with injury right now, but so far so good. Let's knock on some wood here that they
Yeah,
stay
right.
healthy. So, but yeah, I'm gonna risk it and say the Revival is walking out with the Raw Tag Titles.
That's ballsy, and I hope you're right. But I like the B team, but it would be cool to see Revival have the titles. I think it's B team, unfortunately, though.
Okay, Dylan, what do you think?
It's the best team, the B team.
Oh God.
That's literally like to say. Be me best.
I like it.
All right. So we got two more pre-show matches to talk about, and
Is this a 2 hour pre show? It must be.
yeah, it starts at 5, and then the main
Ugh.
card starts at 7.
It's too
Well,
much.
it is, but that's what we're getting. And this next match we're getting is the Cruiserweight Championship match between the challenger Drew Gulak and the champion Cedric Alexander. And let's go to Dylan. He can start with this one.
Cedric.
Okay.
It's not really any thought.
Yeah. Phoenix.
I mean, yeah, I like both these guys. It should be an okay match, but it's on the pre show, so it might be like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Probably.
But yeah, Cedric.
Okay. We all say Cedric retains. Moving right along to the final match on the pre-show is a mixed tag match. We've got Rusev and Lana Day happening on the same day for the first time in I don't know how long, but Rusev and Lana are going up against Andrade Cien Almas and Selena Vega, and I am a huge fan of Andrade Cien Almas, and well, don't get me wrong, I'm also a huge fan of Rusev and Rusev Day, but still, this is a tough one, but I'm going to have to say Andrade and Selena win this match.
So forgive me for not knowing, but does Selena, does she have any actual wrestling experience? Like, is she actually good in the ring?
Yeah, she's pretty good. Dylan, what do you?
Like, was she a wrestler before she was signed, or was she signed
Yes,
to be?
she was Rosita in TNA.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And I mean, Andreas hasn't really done a whole lot since coming up, so it'd be cool to see him get the start of something. So yeah, you know what? Let's go Andreas as well. Or Andrea.
Andrade and Selena, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, what do you think?
SummerSlam will not be Rusev Day or Lana.
Unfortunately.
It'll be CN Day and Zelina Day, I guess. I don't know where they're going with this, but Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega will win this mixed tag match, or I don't know if they want a mixed match.
Yeah. So moving right along, Raw Women's Championship match on the main card. We've got Alexa Bliss going up against Ronda Rousey. I don't think Ronda's ready for the Raw title.
Oh, she's not ready for it, but she's gonna get it. And you know what's gonna happen? You remember how Alexa Bliss is double jointed, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna make it look like she breaks her arm. She's gonna tap out, and it's gonna be really fun and cool. And Ronda Rousey's gonna win.
No, she just can't win at SummerSlam. Like, I mean,
dude, it's WWE.
It is WWE, but I just don't want to see Alexa Bliss lose.
I don't want to see Ronda Rousey in the ring, to be honest.
But we're getting that. So Uh, man, I'm going with Little Miss Bliss here. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it.
I hope you're right, Robbie, because I don't think you're. I don't think you are.
Well, I better hope I'm right. But so you're going with Ronda Rousey on this,
Yep.
Dylan?
Go
I,
Ronda.
I feel like you're gonna go Ronda as well.
Ronda
Yeah.
100%.
So actually, you know what? Never mind. I won't even ask that question because we're going to talk about that later anyway.
All right. Moving on. Let's go SmackDown Women's Championship match. It's a triple threat now with Charlotte Flair being added to the mix between also Becky Lynch and Carmella. And this is probably the time where Carmella is dropping the belt.
I agree.
But the question is to who? I mean, I feel like I know what Dylan's going to predict, and I don't really know who you're predicting, but if it's the same as me, then I'm going Charlotte Flair.
I am too. Yep.
Okay.
I'm saying Carmella's retaining.
Oh, actually.
She's gonna pull something off. There's gonna be tension, and it's all because there's gonna be tension between Becky and Charlotte on who's gonna win, and freaking like Carmella's gonna capitalize on their arguments and stuff, and she's gonna win.
She is a classic heel champion. That's for sure.
She's gonna beat Charlotte for a third time.
Beat Charlotte Flair.
Blows my mind.
And then beat Becky Lynch.
Becky kind of just, in all reality, I don't think anybody thinks she's ever going to win this title. Like, not in this match. She's not winning the title.
Oh, trust me, I would love it if Becky Lynch walks out the champion.
See, that's who I thought you were predicting.
That'd be very cool if she did, but I don't think she is.
But I think somehow, some way, Carmella's walking out the champion.
See, and I don't mind that if she does, but I mean, like,
honestly, I don't mind like any of the three outcomes in this match. I'm okay with.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like in my head, if someone other than Carmella had to win, I thought Dylan was predicting Becky Lynch because
I just feel like if Becky holds the title, she's probably going to be like a
placeholder champion.
Yeah, a placeholder champion.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll have to see it and wait until Sunday to figure out who is going to win that match. And we can move along to the next match. I'm still trying to pick one out of so many matches. Dylan, what match do you want to talk about?
I don't have the Wikipedia thing.
All right, you know what? We'll just talk about this match between Balor and Corbin then, just to get it off of our chest here.
Okay.
So Finn Balor and Constable Baron Corbin. Do we see Demon King return, first of all?
It is SummerSlam. It's possible, but I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is either if we see Demon King or not, I still think Balor's going to win this match regardless.
I agree.
Okay.
I don't think Balor needs Demon King.
No.
Because let's be honest, Constable Corbin is nothing special.
No, he really isn't.
I like Corbin as much as the next guy, but he's nothing special.
Dylan, what are you thinking on this?
Demon King does not happen.
Okay.
There's no point with a guy like Corbin. Maybe if he was facing a guy like Lesnar or like a Reigns or maybe a Strowman, it could possibly happen. But no. And Balor wins. I almost said retains.
Yeah, nothing on the line here
for this. Doghouse that Corbin gave him. Wants it back.
All right. So let's talk about this next match that has been brewing for a long, long time now. And these two have known each other for, I don't know, about 8 years in the business of WWE. That is Daniel Bryan and The Miz. And I feel like this could be one of the matches of the night for SummerSlam.
Absolutely, it could, and I think the crowd is going to be hot. And I think this is a match that everybody has been waiting for, especially since Talking Smack.
Oh yeah.
And I'm a little surprised after such a long time that we're actually getting it. To be honest.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen with Daniel Bryan, but I'm glad that WWE decided to finally clear him and let him compete.
Well, they were scared that he was just going to walk away at the end of his contract, and he still very well might.
That's true. It's tough to pick a winner for this match.
You're right, though. It is. I think I'm going to go Daniel Bryan solely because Miz and Maurice just got added for a second season of Miz and Miz. So they're probably going to be filming. That's my take. I think Miz is going to take some time off again.
Okay.
He's like the more consistent Cena.
Well, let me just tell you something. I am glad that they decided that, they were going to, commit to another season of Miz and Mrs. I am actually, I think after we're done here, I might go and watch the next newest episode of Miz and Mrs. that aired last night.
I haven't watched it. Is it actually any good? Like, is it better than Total Divas? Because Total Divas,
yes,
I liked Total Divas for the first 2 seasons, and then it got too diva-y.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. But Miz and Mrs. is actually pretty decent. I don't mind it. So
that's good because those are 2 of my favorite, like, all time. Honestly, I loved Maurice when I was younger, but like, I was also like a young boy.
Yeah, and now we're young men. But regardless of the point here, I don't know. I kind of want to hear like Dylan's prediction on this before I even make my prediction.
The whole contract situation, as it stands right now, Daniel Bryan still hasn't re-signed a new contract. So there's been, and his contract, I guess, ends September 1st. And that's also the same day as All In. But regardless, he probably has the 90-day.
I was going to say, he'd have a 90-day complete.
So he wouldn't be able to do it. But no, I think regardless whether they even do some sort of angle where they fight again so that Daniel's out of the company, Daniel Bryan will win at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, that is how this feud is going to end. This very short feud. I think it's going to be Miz beats the crap out of Daniel Bryan backstage, enough that next week there's an explanation that he has to retire again or something. And then we just don't see him.
Retire because if he leaves WWE, he's going to go somewhere like Ring of Honor or something.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's like an easy way for WWE to do it, right? Like he's injured, and then nobody sees him for 3 months. He could easily be not injured anymore, but he could also be, well, what business we're in, right? He doesn't have to sell for WWE after he leaves. In theory, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm going to go ballsy again and go with The Miz wins this match.
Yeah. I'm going Bryan. I think this is an attempt to get him to stay.
Could possibly be. I don't know. The Miz has lots going for him. Daniel Bryan has lots going for him. This is going to be, like I said, probably one of the matches, if not the match of the night. But I guess now we can move along to the United States Championship match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. And possibly Randy Orton lurking somewhere in the background.
So you got to think Shinsuke's going to win.
I feel like that is going to be my prediction, that Shinsuke is going to retain.
Randy's going to get involved, I think.
Yeah. I think I don't even know where this is going, to be honest. But does this end up with Randy Orton eventually getting the United States Championship at some point?
Yeah, I could see it.
I'm gonna say Shinsuke retains.
I do too.
Dylan.
Jeff Hardy by DQ.
Okay, so Shinsuke.
It's
retains.
either Jeff Hardy by DQ or this match ends in a no contest where Randy Orton beats the shit out of both Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that.
Because Randy Orton doesn't give a fuck about anyone.
No, I love when
he's been teasing the whole thing with Shinsuke also. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'd be totally fine with that because I do not like Shinsuke one bit. I hate him.
And I love heel Orton.
Oh, heel Orton, there's nobody better.
No, definitely not.
Especially when he's like actually having fun and he cares. Because you can tell when he's in character.
Yeah.
Right? Like when he wants to be in character and when he wants to like be a dick, he can be. But there's times where he like just doesn't care.
Definitely. And this would probably be one of those times. So, I kind of agree with Dylan here, but like I said, either way, Shinsuke retains. We can all agree on that, whether it's, like Dylan said, DQ or no contest. Since we just talked about one mid-card championship, we'll talk about the other now for the Intercontinental Championship. We have Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre in his corner, as per stated in the contract. And he's going up against Mr. Burn It Down Live, or Mr. Burn It Down on Raw, I guess I could say, because he is on Raw, not SmackDown. But he does burn it down when he's live in every building that he's in. So Seth Rollins, and in his corner, making his return just back on Monday, Mr. Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose. So it was stated that in the contract, Seth Rollins was able to have someone in his corner. And during the contract signing at the end of Raw on Monday, Seth Rollins was talking to both Ziggler and McIntyre. And Rollins was like, oh, so if you're going to have the Scottish Terminator in your corner, then it's only fitting that I have a lunatic in mine. And then that's when Dean Ambrose comes out and a huge pop and everything. Like, I'm glad he's back now.
It's cheesy, though.
Have you seen his new look, though?
I have, and wow. Dean, you look very big.
Michael from GTA 5. That's Dean Ambrose right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the newest meme going around, that Dean Ambrose, like Dylan said, looks like Michael from GTA 5. But yeah, no, so predictions. Phoenix, start with you.
Seth is winning. Because Dean came back, I think Seth is winning. I think Seth is going to take care of Drew McIntyre, and it's going to turn into a one-on-one match. And Ziggler sucks in big matches, like he always does. So I think it's going to be Seth Rollins. And that's going to be the start of like this weird tag team feud over a championship.
See, I don't know about that. I don't see that happening. I'm going to have to disagree and say that either one, Dean Ambrose turns heel, costs Seth Rollins the match, or Seth Rollins does win, but the next night, Dean Ambrose could turn heel, and then they have a feud going for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't know, but I see Dean Ambrose turning.
You don't see Dean staying with Seth.
No, I don't see that happening. I see Ambrose turning heel soon. But
he has a very heel look, that's for sure.
So, I'm going to say, just for the sake of this prediction, Seth Rollins will win the championship. So I'm not really disagreeing with you, but I'm also disagreeing about
how he wins it, why he wins it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan, what do you think?
You know what? I for the longest time I thought Ziggler, but I'm thinking now. You know what? I think the only way possible for Ziggler to retain is if Dean Ambrose turned heel. So you know what? Right now, risk prediction right here. I'm saying that Seth Rollins is going to become a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. I'm not really the biggest fan of Ziggler as it is, especially with him in his 6th reign, I think it is, as Intercontinental Champion. You know what? Give it back to Seth Rollins. It was fine with him. All right. So just
It was great with Seth Rollins.
So Seth
Okay.
Rollins win the title.
All right.
I also don't want to put the title on Dean. I've never been a fan of Dean with a title.
That's just one's opinion. Got a few more matches to talk about though, and I don't know. I kind of want to save this one for later on. That would be the Kevin Owens Braun Strowman match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. We'll talk about that a little afterwards. We still haven't talked about this next match, which we will talk about, the SmackDown Tag Team title match between the Bludgeon Brothers and the New Day. And let me first start by saying I am disappointed that it's the New Day that's challenging the Bludgeon Brothers and not Sanity or even the Bar. Because we were seeing a lot of the New Day and the Usos. So it had to be something fresh like the Bar or, like I said, Sanity. So
Sanity versus Bludgeon Brothers would be very cool, but WWE wise, it doesn't make sense. They don't like to put heels versus heels, right?
That's true.
It'd be very cool from a fan's perspective, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, unfortunately. And the tag team division's a little stale right now, but I don't know. I guess New Day. I'm gonna say New Day.
And become what, the 5-time tag champs or the 6th? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going on.
Pancake power. No, that's not my prediction. I just wanted yellow pancake power on the shirts. No, but now that I just started talking, Bludgeon Brothers. I don't see the New Day. If anything, I just think it's time for the New Day to just go their separate ways, even though they're probably big merch sellers, so they won't break up until the merch goes down for that. But you know what? Bludgeon Brothers, get them the title. And I get what you're saying about the whole Sanity thing, but I don't even think whether it's a heel versus heel thing, even though last I remember they actually did that before with Shield versus Wyatt's 4 years ago.
Was the Shield really
But that's also the problem.
Heel at that point?
You have heel versus heel. It just ends up one of them's getting cheered.
Yeah.
So it's not really. I think it's pointless. But no, yeah, I don't even think. I think Sanity needs to be, because I think Sanity will be the team that beats the Bludgeon Brothers.
Oh, definitely.
But I don't think it's going to be anytime soon, especially because they're being heels right now. But even though they were in, of course, my phone has to ring right now. What's on the phone? No. Let's wait for that. I don't know if did you say your prediction, Robbie?
No, but I'm going with the Bludgeon Brothers.
And I'll mute my mic so you don't hear the phone.
Okay. So, I'm gonna have to agree with Dylan though. I was definitely thinking that Bludgeon Brothers are retaining again.
Okay. I hope you're right. And you probably are, because my reputation with these is the worst. I never predict correctly. It's hilarious.
I know Dylan's pretty good with predicting stuff. One time he went a full card, getting all predictions right. So I mean,
that's true. I have done that at least twice, as far as I remember. Okay, so now back. Okay, phone's gone. Message went through. Yeah, Bludgeon Brothers. I think so. The whole Sanity thing I was getting to. I think because they were babyface, right, in NXT before they got called up, but then I think they're doing that. They have them as heels because they're waiting for Nikki Cross to get called up.
Yes.
And then when Nikki Cross comes, they'll give them the whole babyface reaction, and then there'll be a big babyface group.
So you think that Nikki Cross will indeed be back with Sanity and all?
I think she'll be the woman call-up for after SummerSlam, because she's been doing SmackDown house shows also.
That's true.
as of late, and she was featured in that. She was with
The
all the
Evolution
announcements of the Evolution pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. So Bludgeon Brothers beat the New Day, and that's it.
Okay. So, dang, what's left? We got three matches left to talk
Braun
about.
and Kevin.
Yes.
We have the championship match.
We have 2 championship matches.
Okay. Yeah.
We
Well,
still
I mean, we have the Universal Championship match.
And we have the actual championship that matters right now, the WWE Championship between Styles and Samoa Joe. So, I mean, again, this is another kind of match of the night candidate because these two have put on matches phenomenally in TNA, or Impact Wrestling as it's now known as. But
it's certainly possibly it's certainly a dream match. But we know how WWE likes to ruin these dream matches.
Shinsuke and AJ.
I never understood that one either.
Yeah, me neither. But this match
that was just
definitely
the weirdest feud in like a long time.
Yeah, this match definitely needs a winner, and it definitely will get either a championship retained or a championship being passed over to the challenger. Dylan, what's your take on this match?
This one's hard because I like both guys, but I'm honestly solid on the idea of having AJ retain.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if they're going to extend the feud because it would be cool to see Styles and Joe in Hell in a Cell because that's the next pay-per-view after SummerSlam. But
that'd be so good.
Which that could be, maybe I'm the Dave Meltzer of us right now. No, but that does sound good, Hell in a Cell match, but I don't know if the idea is for them to continue after SummerSlam or that's just it, and then Styles moves on to something.
Well, even if we do have Styles win, I think there is still a possibility for the feud to continue because, Samoa Joe is a bad guy. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. So he could easily... What I could see happening is Styles retains because Samoa Joe gets too physical and gets disqualified somehow. And that would be a way to continue the feud.
Yeah, like he'll get too cocky and
and
whatnot. And...
he'll probably he'll hit the muscle buster and Styles will kick out and he'll get super mad and he'll throw him, into the ropes and just, won't let go or something. It'll be something like that.
Yeah. Samoa Joe's also really good on the mic too. Gotta say.
I just don't think they're giving him the championship right now.
No, I mean I think you're right, and I'm gonna also agree saying AJ Styles is retaining.
Let's just hope that this feud continues on. It's not like a Vince Russo booking where we end up having let's say Wendy Styles on a forklift match. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. All right.
Well, this isn't WCW.
WWE.
Fair enough. Lately,
the Nintendo stick on a pole.
Yeah.
I mean.
All right. So the next 2 matches we're going to talk about kind of coincide with each other. So we're going to first talk about the Money in the Bank contract match between Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. So should Strowman lose by any way possible, disqualification, countout, or obviously pinfall submission, he will lose the briefcase to Kevin Owens. So those are some high odds in Kevin Owens' favor because we know how the Monster Among Men likes to get very aggressive when he's angry. And this might happen to be one of those nights where Kevin Owens kind of pushes him over the edge a little bit, and he could end up finding himself disqualified possibly. But
I think this is going to be a very hokey match, especially for the first 5-10 minutes. Kevin
Yeah.
Owens is going to be doing a bunch of little stupid things. He's going to like flick him or something, right? Like he's gonna be a heel. Like he's just going to do a bunch of stupid things to incite Braun, and then Braun's going to beat the crap out of him. And I don't think Braun is going to get in trouble. I think he's going to come close, and then I think he's going to beat him. I think it's going to be. I think that's what it's going to be,
So
because
you're
honestly, if Lesnar does retain, it is far more believable for it to be Braun Strowman who cashes in and is the champion than Kevin Owens, I think.
that's fair. So you're saying Strowman's going to retain the briefcase then?
Yes.
Okay, Dylan.
As much as I would love the idea of Kevin Owens actually getting a hold of that briefcase and potentially like cashing in after the Roman Brock match later that night, because I think regardless, that briefcase is getting cashed on at the end of the night.
I agree with you. I do.
I think Strowman, but how funny would it be if Kevin Owens pulled like an Eddie Guerrero where like Kevin Owens had the briefcase, he chucked it at Braun, and then he just like fell down, and the ref looks like, oh, you hit him with the briefcase, and automatically disqualified.
Oh, that'd be so good. That would end up with Kevin Owens though getting absolutely killed on the next night on Raw.
Especially if he's the Universal Champion at the end of the night.
Yeah. It would probably oh boy. Yeah. So but then you completely just discredit your entire champion if that's the case. Right? And then you have Lesnar that's oh my. Raw could be very fun actually. If you have Lesnar and Braun extremely pissed at Kevin Owens is going to be running away for 3 hours. That's what Raw is going to be. It's going to be a bunch of vignettes of Kevin Owens going, oh my god, just getting tossed around.
Yeah, I really don't know now what to say, because I felt like Kevin Owens was walking out of this match. But kind of giving it a bit more thought too, I was like thinking, Braun Strowman doesn't need Money in the Bank to win a championship. But I mean, if it gets him to the Universal Championship, then by all means have him retain the briefcase to cash in later. That would be also cool. But like I said, he's the monster among men. Does he really need a briefcase to cash in for a championship?
He doesn't, but it makes it a little more intriguing.
That's true. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so the one way I could even see Braun trying to cash in the contract and not being successful is if he like cashes it in and then just is like, okay, well I can toy with you now, right? Like he gets cocky and he just starts beating the crap out of the guy, and whoever the champion is at the time when Braun tries to cash in, like rolls him up or something. Could you see WWE doing that?
It's the WWE. Anything's possible.
I could see it happening.
I don't know. I'm going to be ballsy again and say Kevin Owens.
Good for you.
All right.
Good for you.
Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Universal Championship. Let's get down to this. Dylan, we'll start off with you.
It's Roman. I know I've probably on every night of wrestling I've said Roman, whether it was Mania, Greatest Royal Rumble, whatever. Now this time I'm more confident. It's Roman. Third time the charm on the match with Lesnar this year, and Lesnar's going to go off for UFC. I don't know, unless WWE wants him to just walk into his UFC match with Daniel Cormier as the Universal Champion. But I don't know. I'm betting on Roman. Roman wins, short celebration, Money in the Bank cashing.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
Okay.
I think Lesnar retains.
But
Lesnar retains and works for both companies, and WWE is going to take the gamble that he beats DC. And then it's going to become a WWE feud because Daniel Cormier is a WWE fan, a huge fan. So, of course, he'd be like, yeah, I'll do a feud. right? This and WWE seems to love to work with the UFC. They just brought in Ronda Rousey, so I see Lesnar retaining and working with both companies because he has the star power to
I
do
mean,
it.
regardless, walking out or not walking out with the title, he's still contracted with both promotions.
Right,
He's
but I
got a
think
deal to work like that.
I think that it'd be very smart for WWE. I think WWE should take the risk of having Lesnar beat Cormier because then he's a dual champion, and that's exposure on both programs, right? You know, on WWE and UFC, and both have uh, interchangeable fans. Like a lot of people watch UFC and WWE, so it'd be a very interesting idea. I'm, they could easily bring Cormier into the storyline.
I don't see the Universal Championship on either of these two by the end of the night. I definitely think that the cash in is going to be successful. And like I said, Owens winning it, hopefully. Owens might be successful in walking out with the Universal Championship on Sunday night. But regardless, if it's not Kevin Owens, it's Braun Strowman. I'm okay with either. But for this match and this prediction, I'm going to go with Roman Reigns on this. I mean, he technically right now is the uncrowned Universal Championship winner since he did technically hit the floor first in that cage match.
Yep, you're right.
But they still decided, oh, Brock Lesnar wins because, you know, we felt like unsafe and all that stuff and yada, yada, yada. But okay. It's WWE. Anything's possible. But Roman's winning this and a cash in on him afterwards.
Fair enough.
Okay. So right now I think that seems to be the end. I was thinking before we started, you know, do I bring up the possible allegations on Randy Orton or do I just leave it alone? Because WWE seems to be leaving it alone right now as well.
I think that's probably the smart thing to do at this point.
Yeah. Right now they're just rumors.
Especially if we want to take an example of how Enzo was dealt with.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, not necessarily by you or any of your podcasts, but there were certainly some that were very damning of Enzo, and he came out as not guilty. So
yeah,
the best way to approach those situations is just wait till the decision is made.
exactly. All right. Well, then I guess we will end on a positive note.
You know what you forgot to do because you even advertised it? A moment of silence for Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Thank you. That is right.
So I think we should end this with a moment of silence for Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
That is
right.
true. Yes, he did pass away. He did pass away Monday morning, and so my aunt doesn't know what she's talking about. One moment.
Sorry about this, guys.
We almost got through an entire podcast without an interruption.
Yeah, I'm surprised my cat didn't interrupt like before we started.
All right, I apologize for that. So
Robbie just had 10 seconds of silence to the fans.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah. So, like I said, they did mention Monday morning that Jim the Anvil Neidhart passed away, and yes, as Dylan said, we will take now a 10-second moment of silence. Okay. So thank you guys for watching Night of Wrestling. And thank you to Phoenix for being on tonight.
Thank you for having me. It was a blast.
And thanks again to Dylan, my normal co-host as always.
Yeah.
So the next time Night of Wrestling will be back around next month for Hell in a Cell predictions.
Yes.
And
pretty sure October we got 2.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
think so.
TLC and Evolution.
oh
That is
yeah,
true. That is true.
Evolution. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So
That's either gonna be awesome or it's gonna suck.
And I tend to forget to do this a lot of times. So I'm going to say subscribe to us here on YouTube and hit that bell notification button so you can stay notified whenever we go live. Like the Night of Wrestling page on Facebook, even though I barely use it half the time. Sometimes I just, post on my normal Facebook saying, hey, check us out on YouTube.
Also, I'm gonna take this opportunity to plug my page
Go for it.
because admittedly, if you look on it, I really haven't posted that much lately at all. But that's because I have been busy and life's kind of kicked me in the ass a little bit.
Hashtag
But
college
okay.
life.
Yeah, exactly. But I am going to try and get back into that, especially after SummerSlam. I'm going to do my own predictions on that page. And I'm also going to do a review. So stay tuned like that. And I'll be around.
You forgot to tell us what it is called, though. So we can't like something we don't know what the name of it is.
Wow, you're right. I totally did forget to tell you what it's called. Pro Wrestling Talk.
Thank you.
Please like Pro Wrestling Talk.
Dylan, anything else you would like to plug? Because I feel like you have some events coming up for you, Matthew Mounty.
Yes, that's right. I'm wrestling. I'll be wrestling at the St. Catharines Flea Market this Sunday, August the 9th, SummerSlam Day. Before SummerSlam happens, at the St. Catharines Factory Outlet Flea Market in St. Catharines. And then August 25th, I am wrestling for the inaugural event for North Star Wrestling Alliance in Toronto, Ontario. Yeah, and you can like my Facebook page at Matthew Mounty. I assume that's something like that. And then at Matthew Mounty on Instagram. And then I think I have a Twitter that I never use, so I'm not even bother using it. But it's the same thing.
Fair enough.
But I guess that's it. I feel like when you said like subscribe to my channel, I just wanted to interrupt and say take care, spike your hair.
Woo woo woo. You know what this
Like
is.
our just ended like that.
Yeah,
That was,
that would have been funny.
That's actually my first WWE shirt. It's the Zack Ryder Take Care, Spike Your Hair.
I don't want the Broski one. Headband, glasses, everything.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, this has been Night of Wrestling. Thank you again, guys, for watching. Take care until next time.